Good morning, good morning, good morning, sunshines. Happy Tuesday out here in San Diego. We are Victorious Voices. My name is Niki Martinez. My pronouns are she, her, we. We have an amazing conversation that we're going to have today. I'm going to pass it over to Arthur.
My name's Arturo Soriano, a.k.a. Arthur, also known. My pronouns are he, him, and his.
Check him out.
Victorious Voices.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alex Palau. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm honored to be here.
We're going to have an amazing conversation. We have this amazing young man right here. We're going to have a wonderful conversation with him. This is going to be our guest speaker. Before we get into everything, I want to start out with a quote. Happy Tuesday. We are thriving Tuesday for sure. So when I started thinking about everything, I thought about Alex last night. I thought about the different challenges that we continuously face, right? And then I thought about it, and we've been so blessed and so fortunate in so many different areas of our lives to be able to be sitting here in 2022, breathing in this free world, surviving so many different things that we've had challenges with in life, right? So the quote that came to my mind was, if there's no struggle, there's no progress. And that's by Frederick Douglass. And so that's in honor, of course, of Black History Month, honoring Frederick Douglass and his powerful words and how we're able to incorporate them in our lives and look at it from a positive standpoint, right? To put a spin on that. So, of course, there's going to be struggles. We struggle in life on a daily basis. We may struggle mentally. We may struggle emotionally. We may struggle externally with life and situations and circumstances. But you know what? Everything that we're doing right now is just to make progress. And if you have that perspective and you have that mindset, there's no limits to what it is that we can do. So how you feeling today, boss?
Today, how am I feeling? Sometimes when I get asked that questions, I just put myself in deep thought because I'm trying to figure it out, like what I'm feeling. Sometimes it's a roller coaster, right? Excuse me. How I'm feeling. I had myself on mute and I didn't even know it, y'all. But I'm back, okay? And so how I'm feeling, sometimes that could be complicated because your emotional state goes like through this roller coaster ride, right? Sometimes it's happy, excited, sad, depressed, angered, and so today I feel content. I feel content where I'm at, where we're at as an organization. Just, I'm happy that our main man right here, main speaker here is present here today. Alex, how are you feeling?
Okay, so, as always, I'm feeling very blessed, like always, and I relate to what Arthur said about that roller coaster, feeling a lot of things. Sometimes it's hard to figure it out, but overall, blessed and excited to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. And I'm feeling pumped. Like I could do like 100 burpees in 2.2 seconds and get it done. Maybe not that.
I don't know if that's true. The way you came in walking today and talking about how you were feeling physically
messy.
Okay,
Man, let me tell you, I should cancel my gym membership because living on the second story, living upstairs and having to transport all of these big, heavy items up and downstairs all day, all weekend, everything. I have definitely got my workout on for real since I got the keys last week. I got the keys to my place last week. So yeah, I've been working like a construction worker. So I'm doing youth empowerment and construction on the side right now.
And for all you new listeners coming in, this is Niki Martinez, 2 years out, 9 months, did 25 years on a 45-year to life sentence and has her keys to a condo. That's what we represent. We represent youth, individuals, and families from being in traumatic experiences, now in their communities. And guess what? Being resilient.
Super. What my kids say all the time in resilience, they say hella handles that.
Hella. I'm just going to be, when they keep on saying hella, I'm going to be like, resilient, hella, resilient.
Call back. I was resilient. That's what we're going to bring. Wow. Ooh-wee. Right, it's getting thick in here.
So we have an amazing guest today.
Yes.
And this gentleman is resilient. And we're gonna have just a natural conversation.
I'm gonna slide my mic over, Alex, so you can get your words in. Up a little bit. This meeting.
Let me back this mic up over here. You
Go up to this meeting.
And so, okay,
Out the way.
all right. Let me just make sure that the mic's on check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. I got my producer looking at me right now, and I don't know what's going on. I don't understand. No comprendo. I do not understand.
We support this situation. Shut up.
Okay. Okay.
It's been a morning.
It's been a really busy morning, but okay. It's time to get a little just serious, because we take Alex's life serious, right?
Absolutely.
And so, question, Alex, take me through your background. Like, just tell me a little history about Alex.
Okay. So a little history, a little bit brief. I'm gonna keep it brief. So originally I'm from Mexico, you know. I was raised over there. All my family lives over there, most of them. And since I was 14, you know, I came to San Diego looking for like better opportunities and everything. And I was already in bad steps in Mexico, you know. I had already started getting in bad steps, came over here and kept it going, you know. And been in and out of juvenile system, group homes and all this stuff, you know. As I got older, I started doing a little bit better, you know. Like some things stuck to me, some things didn't, you know. And I ended up still having a couple more struggles in life, you know. Ended up going to jails and down in Mexico, and just got out like not too long ago. I've been out. It's been this is my 4th month.
Yeah, 4th month down here. 4 months out and swinging. I want to take this back a little bit, because you were raised in Mexico, right? Mexico. How's the poverty over there? Like, what's the way of living over there? What are the people going through over there?
Okay, so in Mexico, there's a lot of areas where there's like a lot of division between like the poverty areas, and then there's areas that are like next to the beach that you don't see too much poverty, because they try to keep like the tourists that coming back, you know, and like the main boulevard and all that stuff. They try to keep it clean, you know. They try to like everybody helps out, like the whole community and everything helps out, like to keep like organized crime out of that area, you know. But in the hills, in the mountains and stuff, it gets kind of crazy, you know. There's still people that rely on horses and stuff to move around, and it's like it's rich in land, you know. A lot of people have land. They grow like their crops and stuff, you know. And so it's almost impossible to die from hunger out there, you know. Especially like everybody's always it's a small little town, you know. But it's like this saying, you know, that goes around that says it's small town, big hell, you know, because everybody knows everybody's business. And but I mean, some people, they didn't have like they weren't as fortunate as others, you know. Some people didn't have like houses, or some people barely moving there, coming from south, had to build their houses from nothing, you know. So it's developing.
So poverty, marginalized communities, poverty looks the same. It does not discriminate, like in all countries, all communities, all around the world, from South America, Central, Mexico, United States, England, Africa, Portugal, Morocco. It has a resemblance to it, right? And so that's the environment that you were brought in. And then so coming to the United States, you began to get wrapped up in the juvenile system, right?
Yeah.
How was that, just being a part of the juvenile system?
Woo. I remember the first time I went to juvenile hall, you know, like I'm gonna be honest with you. I went there and you know, I already had an idea of like what prison was like and what like Mexico, you know. So I got there and hmm, I was like, wait, hold on a second. So they're gonna feed us here and they're gonna give us blankets and everything and toilet paper. They give me a toilet paper and all that stuff. And I was like, wow, this is it's different out here, you know. But there I still have my struggles in there, you know. I had my struggles like being in there, you know, a lot of being alone, a lot of time alone, you know, cause you get that cold cell like all to yourself, you know. Sometimes like you want to talk or something, you can't really do anything because you're just there all day.
Yeah. So like the food and like the assistance with that was like a plus compared to what was happening in Mexico,
Yeah.
right? But the alone time that you spent, like that causes a lot of anxiety. It causes a lot of depression, and it's system-induced traumas.
A lot of trauma.
Yeah, that could affect you as an individual. So that's something that you experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what would you do to help you out as an outlet to cope from that?
Well, at the time I didn't really know, but now the way I look at it, always like the boredom is like the mother of is the root of anything bad, you know. So I would just keep myself busy, you know. I didn't see it that way at that time, you know, but I'd either be drawing, I'd either be doing like writing letters or whatever I was doing. Sometimes I wouldn't even send the letters, you know, but just to keep myself busy.
Wow, like boredom.
Yeah.
Like four of the biggest fears that a lot of individuals like us have experienced is boredom, anger, resentment, and fear. Right? Those are big emotions that like a stir an individual that have experienced trauma, community trauma, poverty, and are growing up in these environments, right? And so just growing up in these environments and now learning how to like deal with all these feelings that are like so huge in our lives could become complicated for us. So then you went through the juvenile system, we connected. I believe when you were still part of the juvenile system. How old were you when we connected?
Um, I'm thinking it was around 16.
Around 16. Around 16. Yes. And how old are you now?
Right now 21.
Okay, 21, still looking 16. You know what I'm saying? Like, still at the 16, fly with his handsome, and you know what I'm saying? Like, he look good. This boy looks good. Yes, and fully committed. And so then we went different paths, and like you had an apartment, you had everything going on, right? At the age of what?
18.
At the age of 18. So can you tell us a little bit about that? Like you had everything, and then what happened?
So the thing was, I thought I had everything, you know, but I was still missing like that that mindset, you know, to look out like for my family, like before anything, you know. Oh, cause I was still like working. I had my apartment. I had my car before I even had my driver license. I had my own business. Remember the detailing business?
Oh yeah, I remember.
And that was my main income. I didn't have any other job than that, you know. So I was doing pretty good, except I was doing it for the wrong reasons, you know. All that money I just wasted back on things that weren't productive, you know. Like where did all that go? Right now, I don't have any of that, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. Then that's a good thing that you realize that now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So your path. What happened? Did you keep the place? How did your life go after that?
I ended up getting into trouble because of alcohol problems. You know, I had a problem with alcohol for a long time, a really long time, and I ended up losing the house cause my apartment, because of the music and the drinking and the fans and all that stuff.
Excuse me, you guys hear that? The sirens? No. See, that's what happens when we live in communities like this. I could hear the sirens from right.
Yeah, it's normal out here.
Okay, so sorry about like interrupting that. Like, I know you had great mentors in your life, but you had also like sort of say that you had some holes in your heart too, and you didn't. The alcohol got in the way and of your life, and even though you had some great people in your life, you weren't healed from what you were going through. So how'd that turn out differently for you?
Mm, even though I wasn't doing like a lot of stuff I was doing before that, um, I still ended up getting back into trouble, after I lost that house, I ended up going back to Mexico, because that's where all my family is. So I go back there and I increased the drinking and everything, like all that stuff that was going on. I just used it as like a motor, to keep on doing even worse, So started drinking and started getting more like easy money and started getting into drugs and stuff more. And it just led me to it was a one-way street to prison, I mean, I was lucky. I didn't nothing else happened to me at that time.
Yeah. So you went from San Diego, United States, back into TJ, Mexico, and then you ended up in Mexico prison.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so because earlier you were saying that like when you were in juvenile, like oh they were giving you according to you some luxuries, which wasn't food, the necessities, your means of survival, right, to live. Now, so now, wow, now you're 18 years old and you're in a Mexican prison. Some people don't understand or realize what that is compared to prisons here in the United States. How much time were you looking at?
Um, they wanted to give me 8, but they settled for 5, and I ended up doing only half of that.
Okay, so you did 2.5
2
years.
and a half.
So you're 18 years old, fresh 18, in a Mexican prison. And how was that?
Um, it was like really like a drastic change, like from juvenile halls over here to that Mexican prison, cause it has nothing to do like with over there. Like practically over here in prison, you're thrown in a cell and you have to fend for yourself. Like they don't give you clothes, they don't give you anything, and they expect you to have everything. They expect you to come out shaved. They expect you to have your clean clothes on. Like they expect, and they want it to be clean. So you have to wash it and everything. And there's a lot of people that can't do it because some people are too old or some people can't like physically do it. Like for whatever reason, and it sucks, because there's a lot of people that go through this type of stuff, and it's just like another day in the life for them, like, and they just keep getting in trouble and stuff, like that system is not at all made like to prepare somebody for to come back out to society, to the community.
And like what's some of the faults that Mexican prison had? Like how was your water? How was your food? How was your way of sleeping? How was your environment? How did that look?
Mm, was some of the things that we went through while we were there was which was one of the most traumatic things, was the water. Not being able to have water. Sometimes we wouldn't have running tap water, and since all the drinking water was filtered water, we wouldn't have drinking water. So we could go on days like that, and I'd be asking the guards, "Hey, when's the water coming back?" Oh, whenever it comes back, and we're kind of like, oh, like we had no idea when the water's coming back, Like we would have stocked up on water, but eventually it runs out, and everybody's just like really dry and stuff, and like sometimes like once a week when we go out to the yard, we could buy sodas and stuff, but that's not enough. You need water to survive.
Wow. So water was scarce. Like how about food? What was the food? What did that look like?
Ooh, mostly it was just potatoes and we would like the inmates are in there, like we would joke about like the police like seizing like truckloads of potatoes, and then just like throwing it back in there, so they could cook it for us. And most of the times they're like rotten, they're like off with holes, black and stuff, and it's just potato and soup, and that's it. There's nothing else to it.
Wow. And how about your way of sleeping or living?
the sleeping was pretty bad too, because sometimes in the cells were designed like for 6 people, max. So sometimes they'll throw up to like 25 people, and this is like this is right now, this is a lot better. But like I've heard stories like back in the day they used to throw like up to 35, like a lot of people like in a 6-person cell, and so like people have to like they have to find the ways like to sleep and stuff, like sardines or like tied to the to the fence, like to the wall, to the gate. They'll tie them so the sheets and just sleep standing like that, or like they'll take turns sleeping or stuff like that.
Wow. So that it got better, 35 back then. How many was it currently? How many people in that cell, that 6-man cell? How many were in there now?
Currently it wouldn't go down from 10. Most of them were like around 15, 16, and it would get as worse as bad as 25.
That is insane. In Chowchilla, where our rooms are designed for, our rooms are designed for 4, right? But we live 8 to a room. So we're double capacity also in CCWF, but never to that degree. So because the legalities of it all would not, it wouldn't happen. So the fact that was the living situation is like absolutely horrendous and horrible. And I can't even wrap my mind around it.
Me too. And like, because, I've had family members that live over there, but like, we would just look out. We never got into the conversations of the details of the suffering in there, right? Because they don't want to express that they don't want to let the family members hurt, right? Of what the realities are. But even me, like I've been Pelican Bay shoe, inhumane isolation, torture, but I got a decent meal.
Yeah.
Breakfast, sack lunch, dinner, right? And I was able to get canteen. So the canteen access allowed me to eat other things, canned foods and soups and other things that were beneficial to like my well-being, my physical well-being. So, okay, so then, bam, judge tells you, guess what, Alex Palau, we're gonna give you a what?
They pardoned me, like, and you know what? The funny thing that they didn't even tell me, like, it was just out of the blue. They just told me get up, like in the morning, everybody was asleep inside, like myself, everybody was asleep. They told me get up, get ready, shave, make sure you're shaved. We'll come back for you in 30 minutes. They left, and I was like, hey, where am I going? Where am I going? They're like, you want to go or not? I'm like, yeah, don't say twice. I started shaving. I changed and everything. I put on my best clothes. I took my little wallet with all my phone numbers and stuff, and I got out, and I met up with other people. Like I walked down the stairs, and I met up with other people from all over like that place, and nobody knew where we were going. So like it took like 2-3 hours for us to get on the road. And once we were arriving to the destination, we were like, wait, is this what I think it is? Because we've seen the governor, and we've seen like all these stands and stuff, the campaigns, and it was really cool. Like once the day actually came, like I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't.
And you had no idea that was happy.
I had no idea.
That is insane.
Wow. But we can relate with the excitement to it, not the circumstance, but for us, it was a little different because we knew. So like knowing, oh man, like we're stressing, like, okay, that day's gonna come, we can't sleep, like, okay, it's coming. But it was just bam, you're out.
Especially because because for the last days, like I'm pretty sure they feel like an eternity, like, cause I remember whenever I would wait for something, a visit or something, it would feel like an eternity, like the last days.
Yeah. So now you're out. You've been out 4 months. You come back to San Diego, and now like San Diego's okay. Who do you connect with? Like, what's your plan?
So it's funny, like when I come back to San Diego, I see like a lot of things change, because I was in there that whole time of COVID and stuff, I come out and I see everybody with the face masks and stuff. and then it's funny because I went to Charlie. I was getting somewhere, I forgot where, and I tried to use I had my old Charlie card, the old one, and then I tried to use it, and it was a scanning. I asked the Charlie guard lady, she was like, "Oh, you have to purchase a new car. They're like Pronto cars now." So that was kind of funny, you know. But so I get out of there, you know, and like the first thing I think I start actually didn't want to go to present myself to my family until because when I got out, they don't give you they don't give you your clothes back or they don't give you anything back. You know, you come out and you're like all in that gray suit, you know. So I didn't want to show up to my house like that. So the first thing I do was I started working. I got a little job right there at the beach, and I started like waitering tables and stuff, you know, taking drinks. And I got like the first day I got enough for a little clothes, you know.
Oh, in Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I spent like 2-3 days like that, and I was actually sleeping right there on the beach, you know. But I was just happy to be out. That I got my stuff, you know. I got all presentable, and I went back. I went back to the house, and I was like, oh, so I actually bought food and everything, you know. Like, oh, so let's eat something, you know. They're like, what? I access back and stuff, you know. So I started getting back involved with all the family, you know. I call like my cousins, you know, my brothers, everybody. And I call my mom and she tells me, "Oh, you know what? You have she tells me about all this stuff because I hadn't talked like when I was in there, I didn't really have a lot of communication with my family, you know. So she tells me, "Oh, you got like this court they have that you have to attend, you know, like and you have to get on it like right away. Like I'm gonna need you to come over here like by tomorrow." And I'll be like, "I'll be there right now." I started getting ready. I got everything ready, and I was like, you know what? It hurts for me to say this, you know, but I gotta go. I told my dad, my sister, my stepmom, and my little brothers there, and yeah, it was a sad moment, you know, but my priority, like, since I was in there, what kept me going, you know, was my daughter. So that this court thing that's going on is a custody process, you know.
So,
So
so you have a baby girl. Now you're back. Your mom tells you, you know what? You have a court date that you got to go to. Your daughter's your drive, your push, your motivation to like just be the best dad that Alex could be. You're back in this San Diego with COVID-19 jumping off everywhere with people wearing masks. It's so okay. So this motivational factor you have going is your baby girl, your daughter, something that you're fighting for right now. Where are you at now? What are you doing like with yourself? What's happening in this matter of 4 months?
So when you look at it like it's only been 4 months, I actually think about it and I say like, oh, okay, well, I guess I have done because trust me, like a lot of days, like I could have maybe a day off and I won't be busy like for 2-3 hours and I'll start feeling like, oh, I gotta do something, like there's something I should be doing something right now, you know. And but now like when you think about it, like I've been out 4 months, you know. I've had 2 jobs since then. um I've been working with you guys a lot, you know, like parenting classes, the TICC, you know, and and then with my mentor too, you know, like I've been helping him around, he's been helping me, and just getting connected back with like all the positive in my life, you know. It's like and then doing these visits with my daughter and all this stuff, you know, like it's I have a part-time job, you know, but even though I have a part-time job, like I'm never like unoccupied, you know, like even my mom, she'll be like, oh, you know, like when I don't get to see you that much and stuff like that. And it's like, it's a struggle too, you know, but I know she understands, like I'm getting back on my feet. I just got out and I need to like keep that pace, you know?
Yeah. And when you talk about mentors, mentor, you know who you are. And like, thank you for being there for Alex. Like your passion, your drive, your commitment is like no other. And I really admire you as a mentor individual. And you know, right here we're another support system, and everybody's doing everything that they need to do for Alex to see Alex thrive. Like TICC, he works for Youth Empowerment as a co-trainer, right? And we're bringing him along with that process. If I could hire him right now, I would hire him on the spot. So that's something that we're definitely building to.
Yep.
That's the type of commitment and responsibility that he's shown us.
Yep.
With if I say I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there.
Yep.
Right? On time, figuring out bus or not. So we love Alex and we love what he represents as an individual, as a father, and his drive to get his baby girl back. Niki.
Yep. Hey. Hi. No, I just want to say I'm super proud of you. Like, I think of it too as like you've been home 4 months. It's the level of maturity and your state of responsibility far exceeds what it is that your age reflects, you know. So I know that it's life experiences that we end up going through that ultimately, you know, mold us and shape us. And you've made progress because of the challenges, you know. I'm not one that believes that, you know, I don't say the cliche, you know, everything happens for a reason. I just don't believe that because there's too much harm that I've done in my past to believe that that's the truth, you know. But I do believe that when the cause and effect of things and we take advantage of the opportunities that come our way, you know, and learn from the mistakes that we made, we create that for ourselves and it's destined, you know. So it's definitely an honor. I'm excited too. I can't wait to hire you, bring you on full time, working side by side with you and all your greatness for sure.
Yes, sir, for sure.
And another accomplishment, like Marines,
Yeah.
right? Because this guy is a lucky individual.
Yeah.
Like there, you know, a luck goes along with this. Like, you know, he had a charge in Mexico. He was pardoned. That stayed in Mexico. So he don't have a charge. He don't have a record over here.
Nope.
Clean.
Super clean.
And successfully off probation
Yep.
as a juvenile, right? So there was a lot of luck to this whole process.
There's a genie right here. I'm gonna rub it. We'll make a wish.
I that sprinkle me, homeboy. Sprinkle me. Wow, it just warms my heart.
Yeah. So thank you, Alex, so much for being with us today. We've had a lot of challenges today, but we showed up. Alex gave us an amazing story of resilience, and that's really what it's all about, you know, is us being there to support each other and then also to amplifying and honoring your life, you know, for the things that you've done and accomplished, and know that we're always here as the support network, you know. So thank you all so much. I want to close out with a quote real quick. Are you guys ready for it?
Ready.
Are you sure?
Ready.
We're ready for it.
You ready for it? Okay. All right. Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations. Wow. That's what I tell people all the time. Don't limit me with your limited, you know what I mean? The imaginations and expectations don't limit me. So with that, just knowing that our lives and what we put out into the universe can be limitless. So don't let other people dampen your imagination or the limits that you can go. So, you know, in closing, I just want to remind everybody that it's still the month of February. So guess what? You ready for it?
Ready for it.
Well, you still have time to become one of our major community champions, which is super, super important. You can become a community champion by signing up on our website, our donation page, to make a recurring monthly donation. So let us celebrate 2022 for the month of February. That's a 2 also. What? So the first 22 people who sign up to give at a $30 a month donation level will receive our free baseball cap. I didn't wear it today. I did wear it today. I just didn't wear it to this podcast, but I do have it. And it'll get the front logo with the Youth Empowerment logo. Any donation and any monthly level would be greatly appreciated. And it's also a contribution into just the lives of our community, you know, of being able to give back to the people that have it coming, that deserve it, and that absolutely need it for sure. So you can go to our website and you can click on the donate button, choose to make the recurring gift. That would be greatly appreciated, and we'll do the rest. And there's no lifetime commitment. There's no, you know, read the fine print, sign the